Hey, Fortenberry Faith area Pacesetters. First of all, congratulations on taking this opportunity to grow yourself and your business and give yourself so many more options for you and your family and your future. And I am Senior Cadillac Sales Director Amy Burris, and I want to talk to you today about coaching your parties, because it is just so important to coach your parties well and to help your hostesses have a fabulous and successful party. Because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Mary Kay is not as important to anybody else as it is to you. And so people they love us and they want to support us. And even if they don't know us very well, they still want to help us and they still want to support us and they want to help us to reach their goals. And they, of course, want to have a successful party. They want to get free stuff. They want to have fun time with their girlfriends. But the only way that that's going to happen is through your excitement and your coaching. So, some of the mistakes that I have made in the past, and I know a lot of us have, is when we book a party and we book a time to get together with a woman and give her a facial and makeover and have her have girlfriends over. When we schedule that in our schedule, we are set, we are ready to go, and we will be there regardless, and we are excited about it. But she is not quite as excited about it as we are, and she's not as committed to that time slot as we are, because you know what? Honestly, it's not her business, it's ours. So it's our responsibility to give her all the tools that she needs to be excited about this party that she has coming up, to be excited about inviting girlfriends, and to be excited about getting free stuff from you. So I know Jen Schuler has already talked to you about booking and how to get bookings and how to turn facials into parties, and how to get that guest list. And so I did want to kind of cross over with her a little bit and just say that getting the guest list after you book the party is so important. And so some of you might be booking a couple of days out. Some of you might be booking a couple weeks out, and some of you might be booking a few weeks out. I find personally I have the most success in parties holding when I book them closer to that time frame. So let's say today is Monday and I'm doing booking calls. I have the most success having people book their parties and hold them and have people there when I book it within that week or maybe the following week, and not too far out. But of course, you want to be help with their schedule and conscious of their time, and make sure it works for you and all that too. So one of the secrets to coaching your party. So first of all, what you want to do is be sure that once you have booked her, that you let her know that you would want to get information about her skin so that you can make sure you bring all the right stuff with you. So you want to ask her those questions, and I'm going to go through what the questions are in just a minute. But then you want to ask her and say, listen, I really want to get this information from the girlfriends who are going to be attending your skincare class beforehand, so I can make sure I bring all the right stuff with me. So would you be able to send me a text message and give her a deadline? And the deadline needs to be within like 24 to 48 hours. So if today is Monday and you're booking the party today for, let's say, Friday or Saturday, I always say, so I'm going to go ahead and send you a text to remind you. If you can send me a text message with the names and numbers of the girlfriends who are going to be coming by tomorrow night, that would be great. And then I can contact them right beforehand to make sure I bring all the right stuff with me and that I know about their skin. So just give her a deadline, and I wouldn't say, let's say she books the party for next week. Don't say, I'll contact you next Monday to get this information. You want to get the names and numbers of her girlfriends who are going to be attending within the next 24, 48 hours. And why is that? That is because while she's talking to you, she's excited about her party, and she's excited about getting together with you and letting you borrow her face for your glamour portfolio or whatever it is that you're working on. And so you want her to invite her girlfriends while she has that excitement that you've already given her. So you say to her, is there any reason why you couldn't send me the names and numbers of your girlfriends by tomorrow night? And that would be great. And you can offer her something special for doing that, depending on the hostess package that you are offering. So you can say to her, you get an extra $25 in free product already if you just send me that list by tomorrow night. And I'll text you and remind you as well. So that's step one. You want to make sure that you get that list of names and numbers. And this is very important for a few reasons. First of all, let's say she does not end up holding her party at the originally scheduled date, or you have a hard time rebooking her. You still already have the names and numbers of her girlfriends, so you have her referrals that you can go ahead and contact them. And secondly, it gives you a reason to get back in touch with her tomorrow. And continuously kind of throughout the week about the women who are coming to her party. So you're constantly in touch with her and reminding her and keeping yourself and your party in the foremost of her mind with all the craziness of her life. And thirdly, you want to be able to touch base with her girlfriends before you get there for the party to start developing that personal one-on-one relationship with her. So, when you're calling and and I'm going to go through those questions you're going to ask, but as you're asking those questions of her girlfriends and you have them on the phone, or if you have to text, then you are creating that relationship with her and her girlfriends. So that is so super important. So step one is make sure that you let her know you need the names and numbers of her girlfriends who are coming, because you want to ask them a few quick questions about their skin so you can make sure you bring all the right stuff with you, okay? And then you want to, of course, remind her at that time period that you had already set up with her to send you those names and numbers. So now Tuesday comes along. Now remember that it's Monday and you've booked the party for Saturday. Tuesday comes along, and by Tuesday evening, go ahead and send her a text and say, hey girl, just reminding you to go ahead and send me that text with the names and numbers of your girlfriend so I can make sure I bring all the right stuff with me. And then she's most likely going to send you that list, which is exciting, okay? And then you want to go into what's called pre-profiling. And this is so super important, and it's really simple to pre-profile. And you want to use, you have this profile sheet, right, that we all use at your facials and parties. And this is a great way to capture her information and to be able to get leads and all of that. That's in a whole other video. I'm not going to go there. But the great thing is when you're pre-profiling, all you have to do is ask this information at the top and have these out while you're on the phone calling her girlfriends. And so all you need to know is her name, and then you ask her if her skin is normal, dry, or oily, and then circle whether it's combo to oily and normal to dry. Ask her hair color, her eye color, if she has fair, medium, or bronze skin, and then one thing she'd like to improve about her skin. And the great thing about this question, and go ahead and fill this paper out while you're doing that. And the great thing about that question about one thing she'd want to improve about her skin is that when she said, the answer is that, let's say she says, oh girl, I'm starting to get crow's feet around my eyes, and I would love to be able to get rid of that. You can say, oh, great. I am actually bringing a specific product for you to try. It's called the Firming Eye Cream. We also have an eye renewal cream. There's a couple of options. And so I will bring those with me, and you'll be able to try at least one of them and see. So later in the week, when things might come up, and she might even think about not coming to the skincare class, because remember, it's not number one priority on her schedule. It is on ours, but not on hers. But you want to help her to be excited and to know that this is customized for her to come to her girlfriend's skincare class party. So when she's thinking about later in the week that, she might not want to go, or she's tired, or, whatever might come up, she's going to remember the conversation she just had with you the day before. And she's going to remember, oh, but Amy's going to bring that eye cream with her, and I really want to try that. So it helps kind of develop that relationship with her on the phone before you even get to the party. How great is that? And then if for some reason something does come up and she's not able to make it, you still have her information, you still have what she's looking for, and then after the party, you can actually book her separately, which is exciting, okay? So what I usually do is I usually call and pre-profile them 2 to 3 days before the party. You don't want to do it too early so that they, again, forget and that they are not as excited. You want to do it like the day before or 2 days before so that they're excited and then you also know whether or not they're coming. The other great thing about pre-profiling her guests is you can help the hostess know how many people are coming. And then she's prepared. And if, let's say, she gives you a guest list of 10 to 15 women, or let's say she gives you a guest list of 15 women, but she hasn't been all that excited about it, and so her girlfriends are kind of forgotten about it over the week or so. By you calling them, you're reminding them about the party, and you can help share with them how excited Susie is to have you come to her skincare class, and that she's getting free stuff just for you coming, and all of that. So it kind of helps to round out the whole process. I do hope that makes sense. So a great thing to use is this customer profile sheet, okay? You also have in your packet of information, you have Michelle Cunningham's text scripts on how to pre-profile. So this is an option as well. Now, one of the things I really enjoy about being on the phone with them is that you can develop that personal one-on-one relationship before you go. Now, we all know, though, that there are times that you cannot get somebody on the phone, and that is fine. You can still pre-profile them by using these text scripts, okay? And then you're getting all the information, and you can still get that excitement in there with text, with a lot of smiley faces and clappy faces and lipstick icons and exclamation points and saying words like you're so excited and you're looking forward to it and thank you so much for coming and allowing me. I always use a glamour portfolio as my booking script. So use whatever booking script you're using, but just let her know how excited you are and thank you so much for helping me with my 2016 glamour portfolio. I really appreciate it and all of that. The other thing I always tell every woman that I pre-profile, including the hostess especially, is that, there is no obligation, of course, but I do carry a full inventory of products. So if you fall in love with anything that you use at the skincare class, you'll actually be able to purchase and take it home with you that day. So if you carry inventory on your shelf, that's, of course, another reason why carrying inventory is a great idea. You can say that. If for some reason you don't carry inventory, then still let them know that they will have the opportunity to purchase and to order with you that day. And so that they're prepared, because you don't want them to come to this party without any idea that they can purchase from you. And then they're not coming prepared. So I always say, so bring your wallet and bring your purse just in case, because you want to make sure that you are prepared. Okay, so you have those pre-profiling text scripts as well. You also have a sheet that talks about just coaching, and it talks about the first coaching call and the second coaching call and the third coaching call. And it just gives you some basic ideas, but the main thing is that you want to make sure that, again, you're developing that relationship with the hostess and with the woman that you have booked. And that you're keeping yourself in the foremost of her mind. You are not bothering her. You are not bothering her by sending her a nice, friendly text message every couple of days. And you can come up with different things, or if you need some ideas, you can ask your director for further ideas. But, just sending her text messages by booking her one day and then getting the guest list and having to remind her about that the next day or 2 days later. I wouldn't go further than 2 days later. You're getting in front of her again, okay? And then, let's go back to our example. Let's say that it's Monday and I booked her for Saturday. So on Tuesday, I'm going to get her guest list from her. I'm going to text her, remind her to send me the names and numbers of the girlfriends that she is invited or she believes is coming. And then I'm going to call her girlfriends on Thursday, and because that's 2 days before our party. And then, so before I do that, probably Thursday morning, I am going to text Susie, the hostess, and say, hey, Susie, I'm very excited for Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and call your girlfriends today and ask them those questions about their skin. Is there anybody else I need to add to the list? So that way you're giving her the opportunity to add more people, which is exciting. And then, on Friday, you can send her another text message that says, hey, just so you know, these are the people I've spoken to. I'm still waiting to hear back from so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. Or you can kind of give her an update on what's going on, where some people are coming and some people aren't coming. And then Saturday morning, send her a text. I'm so excited about our party today at noon. I will see you then. I can't wait. Have you picked out all the items that you're going to get for free? Of course, based on the hostess plan that you offered her when you booked her. So, making sure that you're in contact with her throughout that week. If you book her for the following week, come up with some different ways that you want to just send her a text to remind her about it. You want to send her probably a couple that first week and then go into what we just talked about the second week. Okay. So those are just some ideas about coaching, but remember that coaching is just so important because we know that nation's average, regardless of where you are on the career path, whether you are a brand new consultant or you're a seasoned consultant, been doing this for 30 years, or you're a top sales director, a top trip sales director, or even a national sales director, the nation's average is that 1 out of every 2 appointments will hold and then the other one will cancel or reschedule. That is normal. Now you can change that percentage, and you can increase your hold percentage by coaching. And that is so important to coach. Okay. And as you do it more, and you'll get more used to it, and it'll become more natural. But you will find that more of your parties will hold when you get really good at coaching. And some of the other ideas that you can add in there, and everybody's different, so you want to find what works for you. And just because one idea doesn't work doesn't mean you're not any good at it. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to work and that Mary Kay doesn't work. Try something different, and that's why you have mentors, and that's why you're in Pacesetters, and you have a sales director who would love to help you and give you different ideas. You have your sales director's website. You have Summer Fortenberry's website. You have other directors who are in your life as well. So there are you have your weekly success meeting that you can ask these questions. So find, if one thing is not working, try something different. Or try the same thing, with a little bit of a different attitude. I find that when I get myself excited about booking and I get myself excited about coaching, then my booking ratio and my hold ratio is better. And I have to sometimes get myself excited about it. And it might not be anything that I'm doing wrong. It's just, I got to check my attitude, quite honestly. So coaching is so super important. There are different ways things that you can add into this, what I talked about today as well, that is always a great idea. I always recommend that my hostess not just do a Facebook invite, a Facebook event and a Facebook invite, because we love Facebook, right? But how many invitations do you get to events every day and every week? I mean, a lot. I know I miss things all the time. I miss important things that my friends are doing, because if they know it. If you don't text me about it, I'm going to miss it on Facebook because there's so much going on there. So encourage them. Yeah, they can create a Facebook event if they want to, but they need to back it up with personal phone calls and personal text messages as well. And the other thing is, you can offer to send out invitations for her. So you can mail out, you can print invitations off of Mary Kay In Touch. You can print invitations off of, I'm sure, your director's website. You can purchase invitations at the dollar store, and you can send out invitations to them for them if you want to do that. That is one option. And I know that Summer Fortenberry, when she was growing her business as a, going to school, 19, 20-year-old, going to school full time, working full time, and helping take care of her grandfather, who unfortunately was passing away at home. And so she found that time to still find invitations and mail them out, because and she figured, I am way too busy to have parties canceling on me. And so her hold ratio was like 90%, because she took that extra time and had her systems in place that she was able to do that. So you can mail out invitations. The other thing is, you can get their girlfriends just email addresses, their phone numbers and their email addresses. Always get their phone numbers and email addresses, and you can send out an email invite. So you can either do that through Mary Kay In Touch under the Party Planner, or you can use e-invite, I believe it's another website, and do it that way. And that way they can actually respond back to the invitation, and you have all their information. And that's just another layer of getting in front of them. And so I do hope that this coaching was helpful. Just remember, Mary Kay is not as important to everybody else as it is to you. And that is okay. It is our business, and it's our responsibility to create that excitement with our hostesses, and to keep that excitement within ourselves, and to work towards our goal. And those women who we have in our life and who we book will help us towards our goal if we give them the opportunity to, and we just bleed pink bubble excitement all over them all the time. And so I am wishing you the a wonderful rest of your Pacesetters class. I know you are going to rock it out. And when you follow these Pacesetter class, follow your director, do your challenges, and move forward, anything can happen with your Mary Kay business. Love you all. Have a great, great, great rest of your Pacesetters.